How good are your eyes?
They're good. They are above average.
Okay.
If you were to put average at 20/20, like if you were to put like eyesight without noticeable flaws at 20/20, my eyes are slightly above that.
Okay.
I used to have a tracking problem.
A tracking problem?
I used to have a fairly serious tracking problem. Like, I just couldn't track things.
Yeah.
But I was so into reading that my eyes just kind of adjusted themselves.
I had the same problem, but then I joined a clan of vampire hunters. And my tracking problems. Now I am the best tracker and also treasure hunter.
Okay. So why do you ask about my eyes?
Oh, the whole reason was... I'm clipping a little bit. The whole reason was when I had fucking terrible eyes. I still have terrible eyes. But when I first... Yeah. When I first got glasses, I always felt... I don't know how to describe it. Really disingenuous when I was wearing glasses. Kind of the feeling you get when you wear sunglasses indoors. Because I never wore glasses before in my life. I
like wearing sunglasses indoors. I was doing that last night, actually. I wear my sunglasses at night.
I knew it! I knew you were making that lame fucking joke. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cassette Lounge podcast, episode number 5. It's your boy Jake as always, and as always I'm joined by my friend
R-J.
R-J. And we've been gone for a little bit. We both work full time, so scheduling conflicts have been quite unwell. We finally both had a few hours just to sit down and like, oh, we gotta fucking do this thing, this thing that we love to do.
It's all right. I'm not a consistent full timer, so there will come a time when I will be much more available.
Let me know when you're ready to sell out.
As soon as we monetized our videos and are making 20 cents a week, then I will be able to quit my full-time job. Keep that in mind, everyone. That's what those subscribe. Please watch our videos.
Just please, don't leave us. Don't leave us, please. Hey, did I show you that cringe video the other day?
You showed me some cringe videos.
No. Okay, I need to show you this one because I like this one a lot. Okay, so the premise is this guy, he's a real Renaissance man. This is a twofer. It's a 2-part video. It's like 14 minutes long. The first part of the video is entirely an unboxing video of everything he just bought at Walmart. And then the second part, he transitions. It's kind of a hard transition, but it is a transition nonetheless. He transitions into doing a bunch of WWE impressions. So he's like, and they're all really. So he's like, this is.
I'm glad this is funny to Jake.
He's like, this is Hulk Hogan, everybody. And he's like, what you gonna do? Exactly like that. Really like, he does like a whisper yell. He's like, what you gonna do when Hulkamania comes for you? I'm gonna pause this. Okay, I need to show you this real quick. So yes, that was that video.
All right, so
he's just an incredibly lovely man.
I thought I was gonna say something funny.
It was funny.
No, it was mostly just kind of like painful. Though at the same time, you made fun of his Hulk Hogan impression, but it was honestly probably the best one. I could tell who it was supposed to be. Work on that a bit. It could be a good one. Get some more confidence, not to whisper yell. Could be a good one. You gotta support people, Jake.
My favorite part of the video is when he spends a minute at a time just be like, who else?
There's a lot of people in the WWE, Jake.
We need topics. Say something stupid.
We usually at least cut out our silence. it is St. Patrick's Day today. It's not going to be St. Patrick's Day when this video comes out, so this isn't our St. Patrick's Day episode or anything.
No, everything is not green right now. Cut it right now.
But yeah, we are actually recording on St. Patrick's Day, and that's a big deal for me.
Why is that?
Guess.
Are you an Irishman?
I do have documentable Irish blood, but so does every American.
That's true. Why?
And they won't let you forget it. Especially not today. No. It's because today's the day to drink Guinness, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Guinness and Jameson and Bailey's and all three together and an Irish car bomb. Irish car bombs are very good, even though they're very offensive to a very dark time in Irish history.
Truthfully, you can just get fucked up on Guinness whenever you want. You have to wait for a day.
I mean, that's what I do. This is the day where I can get other people fucked up on Guinness.
Okay.
You have no idea how much I bought yesterday. I already started the celebration yesterday. I took a bath.
Wow.
I know that doesn't sound like that big of a deal to you, but here's the thing. I always have a beer in hand when I take a bath. If I'm taking a shower, no, but if I'm taking a bath, I've got to have a beer. Okay. And guess what? It was a Guinness.
This is important distinction. I'm very glad you cleared that up. Like, hey, everybody. On this one day, on this pre-St. Patrick's Day, I took a bath. And that was the only day. It's a momentous occasion.
I spent like $65 yesterday on alcohol. I'm a bad man.
That's fine. You're going to be the Jolly Green Giant out there.
Jamie ain't cheap.
Jamie is a cruel mistress.
I'm pretty sure Jamie's a guy.
Oh, no.
He leads a double life.
You brought up an interesting topic of heritage or blood. How much do you care about your genealogy? Is that something that's important to you?
All right, so it would be, but I've kind of accepted that, like, no matter what, I'm never going to get really a huge certain thing. Yeah. Like, in my family, okay, like, in my family line from both sides, the only thing that's, like, fully documented is my Irish heritage. Mm-hmm. And I would be all like, oh, yeah, check out how Irish I am, because I'm genuinely incredibly, like, I genuinely do have a lot of Irish in me. One of my grandmothers had a full-on, incredibly stereotypically Irish last name, like very stereotypically Irish last name. I can't say it for reasons of protecting her anonymity. It was an incredibly like Irish. Like, imagine if my grandmother's last name was like O'Malley. Like that's
whiskey.
That's
whiskey.
how Irish we're talking. Yeah.
Fisty whiskey.
I already just am hugely into Irish alcohol, and really, like, sampling a culture's alcohol is basically like sampling that culture. Yeah. So, like, basically you could say I'm 100% Irish. I drink a Guinness and a Jamie with a pickleback.
Fair enough.
But, the thing is, I am absolutely annoyed with the sheer amount of people in the U.S. who are just weirdly obsessed with specifically their Irish heritage.
I absolutely do not understand the, like, you see commercials or whatever for, like, what's one of those fucking...
Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com, where they're like, I fucking pricked my neck and I bled everywhere, and then I sent my blood off to scientists and they tell me I am 127%, which is a fucking impossible percent, by the way. I am 127% Northern Canadian. Like, it fucking dictates their life.
Right. Oh, no.
As far as it's baffling to me. I don't understand it.
Right. It's like, okay, so if you grew up wide as hell.
Yeah.
Okay. In a wide as hell suburb.
Yeah.
Participating in wide as hell culture.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with any of that.
Right.
As someone who grew up in, like, very distinctly Caucasian, WASP culture. Okay. I'm very much 100% WASP. Okay. Yeah. Despite that, like, I still think that's a cool, like, there's cool history right there, like, you don't need to find out that you're like 2% like freaking
Yeah.
Arabian or something, and just be all like, "Oh yes, these are my people." Like I recently saw like I say recently, but like I've seen like a commercial that's like you've probably seen it. I think it was Ancestry.com.
Probably, yeah.
Where it's like the guy talks about how he thought he was German.
Yeah.
And then like he goes and gets the DNA test, and then he finds out that he's actually like such and such Scottish. And so he like at the end he's all like, "So I traded in my lederhosen for a kilt," and I'm like, "But you." Okay, just because like you got like 10% Scottish in you or some shit doesn't mean that like you're actually Scottish. Don't go around wearing a kilt.
There is one of those commercials where it's really weird, and they're like, now there's like, I'm so and so percent Asian, so now I check Asian American. It's something like that. It's not exactly that, but it's something like that.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know if this is short-sighted or stupid or foolhardy on my part, but the way I look at it is the only thing that's real is me right here in this moment. I don't care.
No, you're 100%.
I don't
correct.
care where I came from. I don't care what I am. I know what I am.
I think your ancestral culture matters if it actually like affected your development.
Yeah.
You know, like if I were to find out tomorrow that I'm 50% black, okay? Like let's say I find out tomorrow that I have that just half of my blood is somehow Nigerian.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I was adopted or something.
Yeah.
You know? And like all of my like wasp genes just completely overtook that, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I found out tomorrow that I'm like 50% just completely African, okay? And like that doesn't affect anything about my life.
Yeah, boo
like,
fucking who? I'm still gonna go to work. I still gotta fucking work.
Right?
Yeah.
If I suddenly like, you know, started researching if I started researching like the customs of wherever I am, like, you know, like I said, like Nigeria or something, you know, so I get like Nigerian, like, you know, traditional dress, you know, and all that stuff. I start dressing around like that, I'm gonna look like an asshole. Yeah. Because that's not something that I learned, you know, that was part of me. Right. That I'm still a foreigner in that, even if I've got some blood. And
none of this is to say that like if you are aware of your ancestry and you're proud of it, that's not a bad thing.
By all means, be proud of it.
But I'm for my money, I don't care. Yeah. It's useless information to me.
I just, no matter what, I would consider myself a foreigner in that culture. Yeah. The only non-American culture I really have any investment in is actually like my little bit of Irish heritage, just because of the fact that since I had like a straight up Irish grandmother, that means that like my mother, you know, she had all these like little Irish sayings and all these little Irish habits. So she passed on like a couple of them to me. One is my like drinking problem.
One is your drinking. The Blarney Stone.
But no, but even then, like even if I considered that any more than just a novelty in like my life, like, oh hey, like look at how much like little bit of Irish I have in me, I bet you my family had a castle, you know. Even if I considered that any more than a novelty, I would still probably not want to go around talking about it, just from the fact that around this time of year, goddamn, everyone is suddenly just like, you know, doing like wearing "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" shirts and talking about how much Irish they have, and I'm all like, you know what? No, I don't think you do, Jose. I don't think you have any Irish in you.
How many potatoes? How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman?
None.
There you go. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Hey, so I was in the grocery store the other day, and I was looking at the National Enquirer. You know the National Enquirer?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So there's a problem facing the National Enquirer, and I'm not sure which path they're going to take.
The fact that they are literally fake news?
Yes, that. But there's a bigger problem. The fact that they're... Okay, so let me back up, right? There's two different types of celebrities when it comes to National Enquirer. There is very much a National Enquirer celebrity, i.e. like Burt Reynolds. You hear about him in the National Enquirer, or fucking Dolly Parton, or I don't fuck like every time it's fucking Robert Wagner. Like did he kill Natalie Wood? Which he fucking probably did, but but so and then there's celebrities who are like you would never see Justin Bieber or Kim Kardashian or Kanye Midwest in the National Enquirer. So here is the problem. Here's the
you
problem.
Just go to the Globe for those.
Yeah. Here is the problem facing the National. Their celebrities and also their fan base are quite literally dying off. The people that they report on, the people that read their magazine are quite literally dying off. So there's two things that are going to happen. They are going to be a remnant of the past after everybody they report on dies off, or they are going to have to incorporate brand new celebrities for new salacious fake news, and then they're going to have to attract a younger fan base. What do you think?
Well, it's going to be pretty difficult. Considering the sheer amount of extra branding they'd have to do to change themselves to be called TMZ. That was low-hanging fruit right there.
That was very low-hanging fruit. But you know what I mean, right? This is just this is just something I was thinking of. It's nothing fucking crazy.
I feel like that'd be a pretty natural progression. Though I don't even think that's something they'd even have to have a board meeting about. You know, it's just like, they just slowly over time start adding in new celebrities. That being said, I think that the novelty of the National Enquirer is essentially gone.
Yeah.
So I don't see them surviving very long anyways.
There's a similar problem. Get ready for this fucking comparison, ladies and gentlemen.
Like the Onion exists.
Yeah. There's a similar problem facing Harley Davidson, where the people that support Harley Davidson are quite literally dying off, and there's no new blood. Everybody prefers like Asian motorcycles,
because Asian motorcycles are just better.
It's true. It's very true. And while I am sad to like see Harley Davidson decline, it's capitalism. You just got to be better.
I'm gonna say this: if you're gonna go with American style motorcycles, get fucking choppers. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
If you're going to go with the cool, like, lean back and not bother with anything, commit to it. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
So, yeah, I don't think there's any place for Harley Davidson in the rapidly approaching future.
Yeah. It is sad. It is a touchstone. No, it is. But also, it's something it's a grave they dug themselves.
Well, you know, Toys R Us is closing its doors.
Toys R Us just died.
Yep.
They just declared it wasn't even bankruptcy because they were in Chapter 11 for the longest time.
No, it's interesting because basically, like, one day it was all like Toys R Us is selectively closing stores, and then, like 2 days later it's all like Toys R Us has decided to close all stores.
Yeah.
No, it's sad to see stuff like that happen.
It is, yeah.
Basically because, you know, like the internet has just changed the world.
Yeah.
And then you add in the fact that you know, like the stuff old people like is always gonna like die off. Like grocery stores are, while still like going strong, like they're still very profitable businesses.
Yeah.
There's really no room for growth anymore.
It's true.
Because basically a grocery store, their main audience is old people. You know? And like over time old people are dying and everything like that, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of newer people, like young people, they're off going and buying stuff off of Amazon and everything because it's just significantly better. But no, it's interesting seeing all this stuff die off.
Yeah.
Newspaper.
Like fucking
rapidly hardcore. Like grocery stores are going to keep going for a while.
Oh yeah, no,
because people for a while are still going to see the convenience of okay, go to the grocery store, you know, look at things, buy things, you know, see things I didn't necessarily need, you know, to just be able to put them in my cart now instead of like do I want this shipped to me, you know?
Yeah.
But no, newspapers are just rapidly dying off because they are actually an anti-convenience.
It's true.
Wait for them to show up at your door instead of, oh hey look, my phone, what's that? Oh my God! Did you know what Donald Trump did today?
Did you know what Donald Trump did today? Yesterday?
Politics. But no, it's interesting.
Is anything too far gone for you? Are you have you gotten that twinge yet where you're like, okay, maybe this is a little ridiculous. Maybe I'm not comfortable with where this is going yet.
What do you mean?
Like just looking around the way the world is now and how fast everything is moving.
Oh, all the time.
Are there any conveniences or things you're just like, that's bonkers? I don't like that.
All right, I think the worst thing for me out of everything is just is neural networks. Like, no, I genuinely, every time I see something that a neural network has done,
Yeah.
I'm just all like, what is the point of people?
What is like what?
Like, okay, well,
Google DeepMind or something like that?
stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
Because you see like,
Yep.
you see stuff where it's all like, oh, like put in two different pictures, right? Like works of art and everything.
Yeah.
And it won't just like mash them together. It will search for patterns. Like what was the pattern of this?
Yeah.
And it'll make new art based on those two.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying. That's terrifying in a way, because we don't want to admit it. That's basically what humans do anyways.
Yeah.
So.
I know what you mean.
What if I drew a person that was made out of macaroni, and you take all the time to make all these individual pieces of macaroni that make up like one person, right?
Yeah.
And you're all like, oh, how great of me as a human to have the creativity to do that. And then you see freaking DeepMind or whatever, like you see someone like put in a picture of macaroni and then a picture of a person, and suddenly next thing you know, there's a picture of a person with macaroni. It's like, this defeats the purpose of a lot of things. I do not know how I feel.
That is always going to be the dystopian future where we're kind of, if you think about it, this is fucking depressing. If you think about what we are imperfect. We are very much burdens. In a robot controlled future, we're going to be an afterthought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the ways I comfort myself in a way is just see it as like this really cool positive thing. I'm all like, so like one day it will come a time when
I can fuck a robot.
Well, that is a near future thing, and that is very nice. I look forward to that highly. But no, like, say like after AI is like completely supplanted humans, like humans may not even exist. If they do, there'll be no purpose to them. Like, they might be taken care of, like nice, like, oh, I'm comfortable and that's it, But one thing I do to think about it is just the idea that, man, like, has there ever been a time, all of history, where the human race as a gestalt entity, okay, there's one entity, the human race has, like, straight up had a child? Like, I think of it in terms of like just AI as like a living, like as living beings and everything.
Yeah.
And everything would be the first time that humanity, like, if that, like, would be the first time humanity has made something that, like, was able to just go on and no longer even serve a purpose to humanity.
Yeah.
Like, we've done all sorts of cool things, but it's always been stuff that specifically helps humanity, And the idea that maybe we could make AI that, well, at first would be making it to help humanity.
Sure.
But, if it goes on and grows beyond that purpose,
then
that just goes on and just becomes the next big thing.
Right. Once we hit the singularity, there's no telling what will happen.
Right. The biggest solace, though, is just knowing that, man, I mean, people were having these kind of conversations a few decades ago.
Yeah.
And we've gotten closer.
Right,
but
right.
Like,
we have plenty of time. We got so much fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Of course, at the same time, we could, like, without predicting it, we could hit a period of rapid encroachment.
Yeah.
So, because that's the weirdest thing about futurism, is that you'll be like, oh yeah, this stuff is going to happen in like 20 years, and it ends up taking like 80, but then there's this stuff where you're all like, this is going to take 100 years at least, and it's like 10.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I see that we're here already. Well then.
Yeah, we have fucking every one of our processors ever made has a security fault. We got plenty of fucking time.
That's a good point. But so do human brains.
Yeah.
So, human brains have tons. But no, you're right. On a similar note, like very, very closely related subject.
Yeah.
Gift cards.
Okay.
We're talking about preserving the purpose of something that may not necessarily still matter anymore, but we want it to stay anyway. See, I can tie those together.
Okay.
All right. So, okay. All right. Here's my premise. Feel free to argue with it.
All right. I have my debate cap on.
Gift cards are a wonderful birthday present. but a terrible Christmas present.
I don't know if I agree with that. I would prefer a gift card year round. But please defend yourself.
All right, so here's the thing. I've been thinking about this for a while, and it didn't even start with gift cards.
Yeah.
Gift cards was something I like. Gift cards were the conclusion to what I was thinking about. You see, because I was thinking about Christmas. Okay. We give like there's 2 days out of the year you usually get presents. You know, there's Christmas and then there's your birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now let's think about Christmas. All right. For Christmas, in an optimal like gift giving system, okay, so like let's say there's 5 people, okay, like a family of 5, okay, that you know are like gift giving amongst each other. Optimally, every one person is going to buy 5 presents, and is going to receive 5 presents. 4. But you get the idea. You get the idea.
They receive the additional gift of having given a gift, therefore they...
But yeah, okay. So, here's the thing. There's really no net gain for anyone. It's just a really complicated way of buying yourself shit. Okay? Like, think about that, right? Like,
all right.
So, if I give you a present, you give me a present, none of us have really benefited. You know, I could have bought myself a present. You could have bought yourself a present, which is kind of what the point of gift cards are.
Right.
No, so like that's all cool and shit. All right, but like when you think about that, that's very pointless. That's incredibly pointless. I'm not the first person to ever make this conclusion. Okay, gift giving in like equal gift giving like that is incredibly pointless. You know? And you know, like back in the day, that might have been more useful back when trade skills were more of a big deal. You know, like let's say you're gift giving amongst a village, right? You know, like like the blacksmith goes and he gives everyone like, you know, little like horseshoes. Hey, I heard your horse needed new shoes. Here you go. You know, and like the carpenter gives everyone freaking clogs.
Okay.
You know, there was a time when basically that might have mattered a bit more. But, you know, nowadays everyone buys their presents, okay? Or if they make their presents, you know, it's usually through like simple like tutorials and stuff, you know.
Sure.
Just because craftsmanship is not nearly as big of a deal these days, which is fine. Okay? But like I said, that makes gift giving just kind of useless. Like, why not just on Christmas, why don't I just buy my own shit, okay? Well, I have thought about that a lot, and I've been like, okay, so I'm not willing to give up the concept of gift giving, because I like it, okay? Which means that I have to retroactively add a new purpose to it, okay? And I've thought about it, and I'm like, okay, no, it's a test, all right?
Okay.
When you've got a family, okay, and everyone's giving gifts amongst each other, okay, the idea is that, everyone's going to basically be splurging and getting shit, and everyone's going to be happy on Christmas Day because they've got all this shit they want.
Right.
But instead of just getting it for themselves, you're essentially you're proving your, like, familial bond, or your fraternal bond, or your sororal bond, or, you know, your friendship bond, you know, that sort of thing, right? Okay? You're proving your bonds by knowing what the other person wants.
Right.
All right. So like, say you and I were gift giving. Okay.
Right.
Like, you know, to give me like a cool top of the line graphics card, and I know to give you an anal vibrator. Okay. We prove that we know each other's interests.
Continue.
So we're proving something to each other, you know, like, oh, hey, like, we're friends. I know what you want, you know what I want, you know, it's nice. It is just kind of like heartwarming in a way, okay? And the gift cards kind of throw that out of the window. It's all like, oh, I don't know what you want. I don't care to find out. Here's $100 to go to Walmart, okay? And, you know, that means that optimally, okay, the person giving that gift card would either receive $100 worth of gift cards or $100 worth of presents. Right. Now, it doesn't always work that way, but that is what you want. Anything else is useless.
Sure.
Okay. Anyone else, someone is losing out. Okay. So gift cards are just useless and insulting. Like, I don't want a gift card because I could have just not bought you anything anyways and just gone and bought myself shit. Instead, I bought you stuff and then you rewarded me with money that can only be used at a particular place. Why?
So the crux of your entire argument is it's a bad Christmas gift because you're not necessarily gaining anything, but on the flip side, it is a good birthday present because the crux of your argument is on a birthday you're not required to also give. You're not required to give something back.
Basically, not immediately.
Like,
like if your birthday is the beginning of the year and my birthday is at the end of the year, then like on your birthday, I might go out of my way, get you $100 gift card, okay, and you're like, to you, like, oh cool, this is a bit of a windfall, now I can get myself some things, and it's nice for you, and then on my birthday you might do the same thing, and I'm all like, oh, like, nice, because it's been, it might be like 10 months since I spent the money on that gift card, it doesn't matter, and so basically gift cards are always nice to receive, but they're not nice to receive when you're essentially trading them for something that is basically going to be like equal or lesser value.
Here's my retort. Here's my follow-up video. When I think of Christmas, I think of Christmas as such a fucking obligation where you have to be, okay, I have to get the absolute perfect present. I have to factor in maybe what they're gonna get for me also. I have to make sure that it's equal to or greater than what I'm going to receive, and it has to be the absolute perfect thing. I have to prove that I know this person so fucking well. I don't give a fuck if they give me a gift card because that is a fucking, if I was in their shoes, I'd do the exact same thing. I'd be like, man, fuck this whole shit. Here's a gift card for you. Fuck you. I don't care.
So you're going to give gift cards to each other then, optimally?
Not optimally, but like if there's a way to be like, oh, I gotta get the fucking perfect present. It's gotta be like wrapped so perfectly. It's gotta be under the tree. It's gotta be fucking snowing outside. There's gotta be lights everywhere. No, fucking feel free. If it's in my shoes, I never feel bad about receiving anything. If it's me you're giving it to, give me the fucking gift card. I don't care. I completely understand.
So you're saying then in that case, then you might as well just neither give each other gifts.
I'm saying Christmas is an obligation.
Exactly.
Christmas
I agree with
is
that.
an obligation. It's fucking
I at least gave purpose to the obligation.
Right. But it can be hard to do that.
It is.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. If my first conclusion is that Christmas gift giving is useless.
Yeah.
My second was that if you want to do the obligation anyways, gift cards are terrible. I
don't care about the equal or less than exchange. If I get something, I'm happy. If I give you a Rolls Royce and if I reach into my deep pockets and I give you a Rolls Royce and a Mercedes Benz and you give me back a $5 Target gift card, I'm like, that. Fair enough. That's fucking. Hey, that's something I didn't have before. I don't look at. Oh, because the thing is, when you commit to giving something to somebody else, that's no longer yours. You have to be comfortable with the fact that that money is just sunk. It's just sunk funds. That's the way you should look at it. No matter how much you spend, it's not yours. So that's gone. That's a bill. That's a fucking bill. And whatever you get out of the necessity or fucking generosity, whoever that is a net gain.
It just seems very unoptimal.
That is also this is a fucking
inefficient.
This is a fucking tangent, but that's also the way that you win at How to Make a Deal. Do you know that game show?
No.
All right, so the whole crux of the thing is there's like 50, I think it's like 20 cases or whatever, and one has $1 million in it and one has $1 or 1 penny, and like there's amounts between that for every case.
Are you talking Deal or No Deal?
Yeah, Deal or No Deal.
Oh, okay.
What did I say?
You said How to Make a Deal, and I'm like, what is that?
I
know Deal or No Deal.
Okay, so Deal or No Deal, it's so easy to win.
Use sunk cost fallacy, yeah.
Yeah, sunken cost. Like as soon as the money that you lost was never yours to begin with. So if you see that, you always win no matter what. It's always money you're gonna get no matter what. It's always you're gonna get more than what you walked in no matter what. You just have to look at it that way. It's not what I could have had. It's what I do have.
Hence why when you invest, it's good to withdraw your principal amount as soon as you have the profits to do so.
Fucking JG
because
went.
Everything else after that is essentially 100%.
Hey, speaking of other things where you're wrong, you and fucking...
Okay. Okay.
You keep throwing these fucking little snide little fucking daggers in my side where you're like, oh, you know that game, Katawa Shaojo. Boy, Hanako, what a shit tier waifu.
She is a shit tier
She
waifu.
is not.
I'm
You are
sorry,
wrong.
you're wrong.
You're lying. I'm clipping. I'm getting mad, so I'm clipping. You're lying again. You're like, oh, what a shit tier. She's the absolute worst girl. And you fucking blow Shizune, the absolute fucking bitch. Yeah, the ass is fat, but is she nice?
She's okay. Emmy's best girl.
No, yeah, that cannot be fucking
Rin is
debate.
second best girl.
Whoa, wait. Which one is Emmy? Emmy is the runner?
Yeah.
Rin is best girl! Fuck you!
Emmy is Oscar Pistorius.
Emmy is fucking trash. Fuck you. You and with your fucking Emmy. Why don't you go fucking blow each other? That's what I think.
I bet you Emmy would lock you in the bathroom and shoot you.
Oh, boo!
And that's romantic as hell.
It's romantic to die by my lover's hand. Hanako, I don't like Hanako. Hanako is mid-tier. Hanako is not shit tier. You are wrong. You're wrong, RJ.
Hanako is most shit tier.
Hanako is fucking fine.
It's like
She's
forced
mid-tier.
emotion.
Fucking-
Boo-hoo, I'm sad.
Shizune is an absolute fucking cunt the entire game. She's
Yeah,
like,
it's subtle.
No, it's not subtle. It's not cute. It's fucking stupid. It's like, oh, maybe I'll fucking spread the cheeks and pull out the fucking log and I'll dig around to see if I can find a fucking diamond. Fuck you. Fuck Shizune. Fuck.
All I'm saying is that Shizune did the very, very kinky thing of tying up a man with a heart condition and then having sex with him when she is deaf and therefore incapable of hearing a safe word.
Absolutely.
Very kinky.
Irresponsible.
Because, you know, he could have
irresponsible.
died.
Fuck you. Yeah, he dies. There you go. Happy ending. He's fucking away from that cunt. Fuck you. Fuck your shit tier waifu and fuck.
There's no context to that.
It's gonna be bleeped out anyway.
We're gonna. We can't let him see this podcast.
Katawa Shaju power ranking right now. Number 1, Rin. Number 2, Lily. Number 3, Hanako. Number 4, Emmy. Number 5, Shizune. Fuck Shizune!
Number 1, Emmy. Number
Wrong.
2, Rin.
Wrong. Right.
Number 3, Shizune.
Wrong.
Number 4, Lily.
Wrong.
Number 5, Hanako.
Wrong! So wrong! By the way.
Number 0, Kenji.
Number 1, waifu Kenji. Oh, we clipped so much there.
Oh, good. I'd be disappointed if we didn't.
I'm breaking up. My greasy little fingers are breaking out of sweat. I'm so fucking Oh, yeah. What else do you have? By the way, the score is now 0-2 Jake.
It's not.
Yes, it is! Yes, it fucking is!
Oxygen Jake? That
Oxygen
sounds stupid.
Jake! Dude! Oxygen Jake. That is a fucking great username. Or band name.
You should name yourself Zombie Jake.
Zombie Jake. When I played SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, I actually made a version of myself with blue skin and like rotting face paint.
So Zombie Jake?
That was Necro Jake.
Nice Divinity reference.
It was Necro Jake, and it turns
terrible.
out I was fucking really cool.
Okay.
Did you ever make any fucking cringy, embarrassing like online avatars or like fucking characters in a game?
I made some cringy TF2 sprays that don't exist anymore, thank God.
Like what? Share with the class.
No.
Let's Necro Jake. That was pretty cringy. I made
wasn't cringy at all. No, that's fine. That's genuinely fine.
Here you go. I got a good one for you. All right. My username. No. This was before I was fucking exposed to the internet. I used to make up fictional characters. Right. I used to make up OCs. Let me tell you the name of the first OC I ever made when I was 8 years old. This is his name. He was really fucking cool. He wore a trench coat. He had fucking guns everywhere. His name was James Tragedy. James Tragedy was a good man. He didn't take no guff from nobody.
I used to edit the RuneScape fan and wiki.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah. No, I don't like to talk about my early days.
Oh, it's all right.
They're terrible.
That's fine. Just whatever you're comfortable sharing, because I understand. There's a lot I have scrubbed too. Don't you worry.
I don't dare mention my old RuneScape username because I had to go like I had to go scrub the internet
Yeah.
of every mention of it because
Yeah.
I'd been editing like the RuneScape fan and wiki when
My-
I was like 13.
One of my first online usernames, I think it was like Cyanide Sunshine or something like that. It's pretty,
Honestly,
it's pretty
doesn't sound that bad. It's
alright.
edgy, but it's like,
Yeah.
okay. If you told me today, oh, hey, my username is Cyanide Sunshine, I'd be all like, that's kind of cringy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't care.
Who was that
It
fucking...
wouldn't be any worse than RamenShaman.
RamenShaman is a good one. Fuck you.
Well, you see Jesse's username, and I don't care if Jesse gets bullied, is usually Dark Messiah.
Dark Messiah.
Yeah, that's what
That's
he
wonderful.
puts for a lot of things. Is just he goes around as Dark Messiah, and I'm just all like, man, that sounds really edgy. And there's also a video game reference to a video game series he genuinely apparently didn't know about.
What's that?
Dark Messiah.
Dark
Of Might
Messiah.
and Magic.
No, for real?
Yeah.
Nice.
I picked the username Chrome Liger essentially immediately after Quake 0 came out.
What is Chrome Liger? I never asked you.
Well, it's like Chrome and Liger. Like, there's no huge story behind it. It's Ligers were my favorite animal growing up because, of course, you know, they're like giant and cool looking.
Yeah.
Chrome is a metal that I've always thought looked cool and had a cool name. And also Google Chrome had recently come out when Quake 0 came out. I think
Yeah.
it was called Quake 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever no, Quake Live.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck, you're right.
that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But Chrome had recently come out, I believe.
Sure.
Like the web browser.
So
it was just on my mind.
It
like
was
the
it was
word,
very much like a Marble Hornets kind of thing.
kind of.
Do you know that story?
I know that like in universe, it's the name of a fan film, or not fan film, but like indie film.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they're
Yeah. Yeah.
working
Well,
on.
the way they named the actual project is I think they drove by like a marble sign for. They're like, all right, adjective noun. That's what we'll do. So they drove like by a marble quarry. And
Yes.
then they drove by like a pest truck or whatever. It was like exterminating hornets on the side. So it was like, oh, marble hornets. There you go.
Yeah. Line of sight name.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was kind of it for me.
that was cool. I did a bunch of like swipe names. That's where you like drag your big meaty fucking finger across the keyboard on your phone, and
See,
then
I
like
don't use a drag keyboard because I'm not a fucking pleb.
no, I don't either. But it's a function. I have best key. I have Swift key. That is best keyboard. This is not debatable.
Incorrect.
What do you got?
I have stock.
What is stock?
Like, I have the stock keyboard that came with my
Oh,
phone.
stock keyboard. Fuck the stock keyboard.
I have the stock keyboard that came with my phone, and I have disabled all extra features that are anything other than you press something and it appears on keyboard.
Swift key is
I
best
haven't-
keyboard. This is not debatable. Scientists cannot debate this fact.
Here's my view.
Yeah.
If I have been barred from being able to use, like, perfect, like, you know, clustered keys from, like, flip phones,
Yeah.
then if I've been barred from using that, then really nothing else can live up. By the way, it's not called T9. People are always all like, oh yeah, I remember using T9. And I'm all like, you fuckers. T9 was the name of the fucking autocorrect on that shit.
Yeah.
It's like stupid. But anyways, yeah, no. That keyboard layout is God tier layout. I'm really sad they took it out for the PS4
Yeah.
because the PS3 had it as an optional keyboard, and I very much used that. The PS3 and the PSP both had that as an option.
Yeah.
And it was significantly better than using a QWERTY keyboard on a fucking controller.
I appreciate the touchscreen on the PS4. It makes things nice.
No, you're right. On a related note, you know, I recently got a new flat screen TV.
Yeah.
I've been fucking around with my Steam Link, right?
Mhm.
Steam Link is a very nice technology that lets me do all my freaking PC gaming.
You say that now,
On
but
my
for the
TV.
longest time, you're like, I got this thing for $5. What the fuck do I do with it?
It's because I didn't have a TV!
It's just because it's just a paperweight, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do with
It's because I didn't have a TV. That was nothing on the quality of the device itself. That was entirely just the fact that I bought the device without having the shit that's required.
Now that I'm having fun, I'll fucking blow it till the cows come home.
Anyways, so before I cash my paycheck from Valve,
Yeah.
that is a joke. We're not sponsored by Valve or the Steam Link.
Yeah, they can't fucking afford us.
Anyways, no, one thing is that, you know, it uses the big picture mode that Steam has, you
Yeah.
know, that makes it more controller compatible and everything. And I'm really sad because it also incorporates the controller configurator support for any controllers that you have plugged into the Steam Link. For context, that's the technology that Valve originally created specifically for the Steam controller.
Yeah.
That basically lets it remap to a keyboard and everything. It's basically like X-Padder on steroids.
Yeah.
Well,
have you used the Steam controller?
I've not. No, I've used it once. It was.
What'd you think?
Okay.
Okay. I've heard
it feels
it's like,
terrible to
yeah.
hold. Like, that's the thing. It is cheap material.
Yeah.
It's very sad. It looks really sleek, but it is cheap material.
Yeah.
It feels like cheap material.
Yeah.
From what I'm told by people who've actually consistently used it,
yeah.
it is really nice, specifically for stuff like RTSs and stuff.
Okay, fair enough. But anyway, continue.
But anyways, you know, because the Steam controller didn't do very well, they rolled out its, like, the program for remapping it to PS4 controllers and eventually Xbox One controllers and Xbox 360 controllers. And they probably have like all controllers now that use X input or direct input. But something about connecting a controller to Steam Link breaks the compatibility for Daisy Wheel, which is the really cool keyboard technology that Valve incorporated when they first made Big Picture Mode, where you move your like left analog stick and there's like a big flower on the screen and every pedal has a cluster of letters that like aren't even related, you know, in alphabet or anything, but it's got a cluster of letters, and then like each one of those letters is mapped to one of the 4 face buttons. So, like, you know, once you've learned it, you can very quickly, like, use a controller to type out significantly long sentences. It's a very cool thing, but something about this, like, putting a controller in a Steam Link just breaks that. Like, it's an option, but when you exit out of the settings screen, it will automatically revert it back to just a QWERTY keyboard.
Oh, for real?
Because the Steam controller has its own keyboard weird thing that basically relies on 2 analog sticks, where you move the analog sticks independently, and each one has half the keyboard. Yeah. And then you click down on the click function of the analog stick to select a letter, which is you know, cool in its own right, but anyways, that just breaks the Daisy Wheel compatibility entirely.
That's sad.
And it's very sad. Like, I've looked it up, and it's just a problem people have. Like, people have suggested different fixes that can sort of work, but none of them have worked for me. And it seems that most of them don't work for most people. Like, basically, I just have no access to the Daisy Wheel, and it makes me very sad because I do consider it the superior layout. Yeah,
I appreciate like crazy input things. There was something I think your brother shared it on Facebook. It was that it's like a glove.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it's like it's like a key. I'll have to put a picture of it because I'm not describing it very well. But it's like it's like 5 rings. Every ring goes on a finger on your hand, which is where fingers live. But but it's like a tap system where you like I don't know how to describe it. I'll put some of the video in here. Not that we're fucking sponsored or anything, but just so you get a good idea. But it's
cool.
It's interesting. Yeah.
No, I don't understand the obsession people have with basically just sticking a QWERTY keyboard on the screen and calling it a day. Yeah. Because I love the QWERTY layout. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those freaking Dvorak pussies. That is all like, did you know that the QWERTY layout was made to slow you down? I'm all like, no, you fucking idiot. That's not it. It was made to make sure the hammers didn't click together, which meant you made it so that keys that would be used together wouldn't go off of like the same freaking hammers. So like that actually did translate very well to a digital environment because that's still useful.
Dvorak fags.
It doesn't have the analog reason anymore, but it still is a common sense layout. Yeah. But anyways, that only really works though on a keyboard. Yeah. That only works when you have access to these 5 fingers resting comfortably and having large amounts of space to work with. Yeah. As I just said, like it's evolved from a typewriter format. Sure. You know, there's no reason for that layer of key, like the order that the keys are going in. There's no reason for that unless it's specifically you have all these fingers together, because it was specifically made for 10 fingers, all with space to move. if you're going to go on anything else, you need to pick a different layout, preferably something clustered, because most things that aren't keyboards or touchscreens don't have enough keys to really support that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I am totally for anything that lets you like cluster like buttons on a controller together and stuff like that.
That's fine.
So I take input very seriously, because I'm the kind of person who still believes that kinetic input is crazy important for like day-to-day life. Like I'm considering getting, like, I'm gonna look into seeing if you can get just a little like Bluetooth keyboard for a phone that is just the flip screen, like a flip phone keyboard, you know?
Yeah.
So I could just kind of carry it around, just kind of like in one hand, like be typing while I text.
They make phones like that. The specs fucking blow because it's made for like a wire.
Like the Galaxy Note.
Yeah. Where it's like a flip phone, but the top is the touchscreen.
It's
input.
Which is considering getting a Galaxy Note. Yeah. Because it'd be cool.
I would love to have like one of those, you know, higher end like larger phones with like a little pen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Phablet.
A phablet. Yeah, there you go. That would be nice.
Yeah.
For on the go. Titties and boobies.
Because I have just large thumbs, so, and like I said, I turn off autocorrect because I would rather be obviously misspelled than to end up with like words that I didn't mean at all.
Little did you know, you just sealed your coffin.
I guess.
You said the sentence, I have large thumbs, and that's gonna be the fucking, so somebody's got like pictures, like things you've shared about your life pinned up on a wall with fucking like red yarn or whatever, and then the fact that you have large thumbs makes them drop their coffee cup and be like, oh my god, because he has large thumbs, which are like scientifically like would be considered this amount of length, that means that this is this long and his this is this long, and then they just like, it's like pictures of you like from different angles, just like Picasso together, and then they're like, who is Chrome like?
Anyways,
that is what I see.
No, I type like a drunk person.
Yeah.
So
the fandom will be very happy. The fandom that we definitely have.
The fandom that we definitely have. Yeah.
I'm gonna cut this out probably, but I was playing Honey Select the other day, and like the event.
No, don't cut that out.
No, the event happened where like two of the girls got together and they're like, hey, let's just like fucking like touch each other's pussies real quick, and the other one was like, all right, fair enough, but in Japanese because the translation patch is bad. But so the position that they started in, I don't remember where it was. I think it was like the backyard or like the garden or whatever, but like, you know how there's like those red and blue just like cut out characters. One was just kind of in the middle of everything, just like walking in place, and their torso was like sticking out of the ground.
I've had them actually walk through the scene before. Like actually walk through the characters.
Yeah.
I've had that happen before.
Yeah. So one of my girls just like had a chest burster for no reason. Just T-posing.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
That just reminds me of the fact that in RWBY, the first season of RWBY, which RWBY's a terrible show, by the way.
Yeah.
But the first season of RWBY, any character that's not actually like an important named character.
Yeah.
Every character is seriously just a 3D model of a black silhouette.
Yeah.
And it looks so absolutely god awful.
That's actually what I did in Honey Select because I was sick of looking at the fucking MC because he's pissing me off because it looks like an ad. So I just set every one of his values to black.
I see.
And it's everything is good now.
You have the option of just turning off the MC. You know
for real?
Right? Yeah.
I don't know if I have all the mods you do though.
I'm pretty sure it comes
like,
with the game.
Comes with it. Okay.
Yeah.
I should look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
You should look at it.
Okay.
I think there's a model. I think there's an option to turn him off. I think there's a model. There's an option to like make him a silhouette.
Fuck! Why did I do that?
Because that's kind of like a big deal in hentai.
Yeah.
Because in hentai, usually like the male character in any one particular piece of artwork or animation will usually be one of three things. Yeah. There'll usually be like a really over the top ugly
which I don't care for.
Right? There'll be either that a silhouette. This is more prevalent in 2D artwork.
Yeah.
a silhouette that like, so you can place yourself there and everything like
Yeah.
that. Or they'll seriously just be an unseen force that is somehow making this pussy gaping.
Yeah. Get ready for this fucking comparison, ladies and gentlemen. There is this really famous Great Depression era photograph, and I'll put it right here, and also who it's by, because I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's like a working person, but they're photographed from the neck down, so they don't actually have a face. And the reason is it's so you can put yourself kind of in the shoes of somebody from that time, or on the flip side, anybody from that time can kind of put themselves, and it's kind of like a shared experience. That was yeah. So there you go, hentai to the fucking Great Depression.
Wow, that is very sad.
Yeah. Fuck, man, we've been riffing for about an hour 45. You want to bring her to a close?
All right. Website's not up yet.
Website is not up yet. We're good.
We don't have that to plug.
No, we do. We are going to try something brand new, and we mentioned it very, very shortly, just a little bit ago.
We're mentioning arcade.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah.
I as you know, I'm consistent. I fucking sweat every day working, like editing the Cassette Lounge, and RJ is going to be taking on another video editing video editing project for the group. We are gonna, play some games from our childhood. There's a few I really want to show him. There's some he wants to show me. Gonna try to have a good time. If it doesn't work, we'll fucking scrap the whole thing. But be on the lookout for that on RJ's channel, Chrome Liger, which I will share right here.
We probably aren't going to keep it like under some consistent formula.
Oh yeah, no consistency.
Like there might be some stuff we might try only once.
Yeah.
But there's other stuff that I wouldn't mind doing like a full marathon
right.
of. So, we've got the tentative title of Cassette Lounge Arcade. We'll see if we keep it.
I like it.
I like it too, but you know how working titles work.
Yeah.
So, hey, I'm Chrome Liger. You can find me at my YouTube link that Jake is sharing. Chrome Liger. It's my YouTube. You can find me on Steam. Chrome Liger. You can find me on Twitter at Chrome Liger. I think I have a Game Banana account. Chrome Liger.
I'm very certain I have a Game Jolt account. You can find me on Ubisoft Uplay at You can find my EA Origin account at Chrome Liger.
You can. It's probably not been touched in like 5 years or something.
You can find my hentai. You can find my hentai
then.
Foundry account at RJ Loves Pussy.
How did you know?
You told me.
Oh, okay.
Every time you come over, you have your phone open. You're like, "Hey, check out what I favorited today." I'm like, "That's nice. I'm very happy for you. Can we do the fucking fun podcast now?" Thank you. Hey everybody! As always, you can find me at Twitter at RamenShaman.com, or you can find my art gallery, which I just recently started posting to. Went through a little bit of an art block. RamenShaman.newgrounds.com. You can find me at rjgurglingfuckingwater.com. You can find me at me throwing spoon at rj.com. You can find me at rjgapingbleedinghole.com.
I have to reserve all of those website names.
Oh,
fuck you.
I haven't had any questions for the podcast yet, but if you do want to send any, you can find me at RamenShamanContact@gmail.com. Any questions, queries, complaints, quotes, swerns about the podcast.
If you've got quiche, please send it to us.
Thank you so much. All right. See ya, Space Cowboy.